Shit we don't get. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. I'm excited for this one.
Yeah. So today we're going to do an episode about shit we don't get.
Shit we don't get. And then we're going to wrap it up at the end with some positive vibes. But sometimes you just need a rant session.
Yes. And so I reached out and I got some people to write in and give us different things that have been like triggering them, making them laugh, like
annoying them.
Yeah.
And then we've got some of our own too.
Totally. Or just like not even like triggers necessarily, just like how are you doing that?
Yeah.
And then we've also got some really, really lovely updates that people sent in. Like, I don't know, I just think the world is pretty hard sometimes. And it was just like a really nice thing to see all the good things that were happening to so many people. So we will share a handful of those and hopefully make that like an ongoing thing because I think it's really cute.
I love that. It makes me so happy too and like inspires me. And also, I've got to say, I have to give credit. One of my favorite podcasts that stopped recording, they don't have one anymore right now. It's called the I Don't Get It podcast, but their whole podcast was formed off of like things they don't get. So this is kind of our play, a nod to them, our play on like shit we don't get because this is normal shit. So I think it'll be kind of fun. And I'm hoping you guys can like submit more things in the future too, because we can make this an ongoing segment to just like have a little rant sesh with the girls.
Yes. I know you have a lot on your list.
Because I had some things happen this week, you guys, that I just need to rant about for a second. And I think maybe, should we do a little cheers to that?
We have ice wine.
Because we're old ladies. A little good $10 bottle, which is cheap for New York, by the way.
This was the same bottle that was once $9 and now inflation has hit it.
I guess inflation did hit. Okay, so I'm going to start this off by saying I've got some issues when it comes to working out, but I just downloaded ClassPass and I'm really trying to like get back into it. But when it comes to working out, I've got some like triggers. Like in middle school, I never could run the mile. Like I was always the last to run the mile. My gym teacher tried to flunk me out of gym class. Like I got like a D in gym class, like the worst grade I've ever gotten. That might be an exaggeration.
Me so upset
because he said I wasn't participating, but I had such bad anxiety. I was so bad at sports and things. So like I've got a little trauma around exercising. So ClassPass has been good though, because it's nice to be in a class where like someone's just telling you what to do. You follow the instructor, bada bing, bada boom. I go to a Pilates class for the first time, like at this specific studio. And the instructor, you guys, so mean, specifically calling me out in front of the class.
Wait, about what?
So I've got to take a little bit of the blame because I couldn't understand it. So this is what I need to know from you and from the audience. When I hear things like, connect your left foot to your right toe and arch your right leg toward the western skies. I'm like, western skies. I am hearing another language. I'm like, I can't. But truly, it's even just like the left ball of your foot connected to the right knee and then raise your left elbow to your right nose. And I'm just like, huh? Like I'm not comprehending. And it sounds like another language to me.
No, and I think that's fair. Like, so I've been out of the workout game for a sec because I've been doing egg retrieval and they told me to work out because whatever, annoying. But big Pilates girl, I go to Club Pilates, which I think initially it's like, I think there's a huge barrier of entry to like any Pilates class because the equipment looks really intense.
I know.
And so like for me, the first few were hard. And then after a while, I think I felt good because I knew what I was supposed to do. Because like it kind of ends up being the same stuff. Like they don't really, sometimes you'll do something new, but for the most part, it's like, yeah, you're just like, I don't know.
Yeah. So I think that was part of the problem because this was my first time going to this specific class, but I've gone to a few Pilates classes in LA and I went to the beginner classes as well. This was also a beginner class, mind you.
What studio? Are we allowed to?
I don't want to talk shit because I feel bad about, I'll tell you after.
Was it solid core though? Because I've heard they're really hard. Okay.
It was not solid core. I think this is actually like a smaller studio that's like more where I live. But okay, so part of the issue was me, right? Because I'm hearing this and I'm going like, oh my God, I need a visual.
You're like, which side's my left?
Right. And also like, I'm literally like trying to picture, I'm like, okay, left foot to right ankle, ball of my left toe onto the left knee, right arm up. Like I just couldn't do it. So I need a visual. So I'm mind you, the instructor's also not doing it. Like,
Well,
she's
yeah,
just standing there
yeah.
telling us. And so I'm
But even if they
looking.
were laying, it probably wouldn't help that much because you can't really see them.
That's true. But so all I can do is hear. So I can't understand. So then I'm looking at the girl next to me and trying to like mimic what she's doing. And then the instructor goes, Olivia, do not look at your neighbor because this is a beginner class and they may be doing it wrong too. So you need to listen.
Wait, that is so. What the hell?
And I start tearing up.
Oh no.
Because I'm like, oh my God. I literally felt like a little kid. Like my trigger fully came up where I was like back in gym class and the gym teacher's like, you are terrible at sports and you don't understand anything. But here's my thing that I'm frustrated with. If I don't understand, isn't that kind of on the instructor for not being clear? But also I can take the blame that like I'm not coordinated. Like when people tell me left arm to right elbow, like I'm just not understanding sometimes. But visually, if someone's showing me how to do it, I'm much better. But if someone just says like, you know, arch your back or squeeze your abs, I can't always do it unless I like see exactly what they want me to do. But anyway, then she started doing stuff where she's like, lift your tailbone. So then I would like lift my hips up and she's like, no, in your mind. And I was like, okay. And then
in your mind.
And she's like, in Pilates, sometimes you just have to like visualize things in your mind, but you're not physically doing them. And so I was like,
not
okay. And then so I'm like trying to visualize lifting my tailbone without lifting it. And then she's like, are you doing it? And I was like, am I doing what? And she goes, you're not listening.
Oh my God.
Literally holding back tears the whole class.
Did you think about leaving?
No, because it was such a small class. It would have been so awkward.
It would have been even worse,
it was like
probably, yeah.
It was literally 3 of us, which is probably why it was okay. Maybe she felt okay to call me out because there were literally 3 of us that showed up.
I don't think that it sounds like it was an appropriate way to call you out.
And she kept, every time I did it wrong, she would literally go, Olivia, you need to be listening. And I think I got frustrated because I was like, I am listening and you don't know how badly I want to be good at this. And it makes me feel so bad about myself when like you think that I'm not caring and I actually care so much. And I'm just as frustrated that I don't understand it, you know?
Like,
so
before you do it, like it is hard to know what to do.
Totally. It's really hard. But it was a good workout. I feel very sore still. My abs feel very
good.
Like I got a good workout in. But to me, this compared to the LA beginner class, this was so fucking hard.
Was it?
It was, for me at least, and maybe that was just me, but it was really freaking hard. And the instructor just made me feel so bad about myself. So I had to get that off my chest. But again, big part of that was probably my fault because I'm like, I'm just not coordinated and I need a visual.
I mean, I really stand by that. I think like I'm not the most coordinated either. And I do think it's just like, you just need to practice. And also like they should be kinder to you.
Right?
Like it's expensive to go to these classes, and even if you're doing it with ClassPass.
And it was a beginner. Like I could maybe understand if she was frustrated that it's like you shouldn't have signed up for this. You're a beginner, whatever. But like it was the fact that it was a beginner class. It was meant to be intro, and she's like mad at me for not understanding. And I told her I'd only ever been to a handful of Pilates classes, and I even told her I'm like, compared to what we've done so far, like this is definitely the hardest class I've ever done. Like this is not the same as the beginner. And then it was so funny because I felt like she didn't believe me because at the end she was like, it must have been a really long time ago that you did Pilates. Just based on like how bad I did, basically.
That is cruel.
Isn't that mean?
Like I've had it before so sometimes I'll go in and I'll say like if there's a new instructor or whatever, or like sometimes I remind them because I don't expect that they remember every time, because they'll come around, they'll be like, hey, like any injuries, anything I should know about. And I've had a bunch of spinal surgeries, and so like my body just doesn't bend like other people's do. And so like there'll be things where it's like, oh, arch your back, and like I can't. Or there's certain ab things where it's just like physically not going to happen for me. Like I can't do a sit up to save my life. And they're like, oh no, it's like in your mind. And I've like since Googled it because I felt really bad about it. And I'm like, no, it's like actually physically just what's going on with my body. So like if it was going to come back by now, or like it would have happened in the last 18 years, okay?
Yeah. Well, that's good though, because then you can advocate for yourself and be like, no, I've got back issues. I can't do that move.
And then I think it still though triggers me in the same way though. Like when I'm like embarrassed that everybody else is doing it and I don't know how, but like usually they're pretty chill about it. But like sometimes I don't say something.
Yeah.
And then I feel like an idiot for like, and I'll get like a little upset like that. And I'm like,
that makes me feel better that I'm not alone in that, because I get mad at myself because I'm like, Olivia, are you really about to cry? Because this like 30-something-year-old lady, she might have been younger than me. Yeah. I'm like, am I gonna really, like now that I'm an adult, I'm not stuck in gym class, I'm not forced to be here. Like I don't need to let it affect me. I never have to come back to this class if I don't want to, but I still felt that trigger come up, and it felt like I was a little kid in gym class just feeling so frustrated that I couldn't keep up with everyone, and I wanted so badly to be a good student, and they were mad at me for not being good, and I'm like, "But I care." Like, it's
Right.
different if I didn't care, but I want to be good at it, and I want to understand, and I'm just not understanding, and it's so frustrating. But I also think I was very good, like, in school, but I was very not athletic, and this is how I imagine people who probably struggle in school felt when it's like, I want so badly to understand this math
Yeah.
equation and I'm just really struggling. But if you're a good teacher, you will help them to understand and you won't get frustrated.
I mean, so what are your thoughts now on going back?
Okay, so I feel like it was a good workout because my abs are like killer and I'm
Yeah.
usually like, I don't have core strength at all. So I want to work out my abs more. And it's the only Pilates class like near me that's on Class Pass.
I think it's worth going again. I think you have every right to skip that instructor.
Maybe that's what I need to do.
Because I mean, there are different ones at most places, I feel like, based on the day. And I feel like there's no reason to put yourself in a position where you're made to feel that way. And like maybe you could try her again after you've done a bunch of other classes and like eased into it better.
Yeah.
Because I wish you could come with me and I would help tell you.
I know. I know. So we'll see. We'll see if I go again. But thanks for listening to my ramble because I just wanted to know if this is normal or am I so crazy? Because part of it is that I'm just not coordinated, but then also I'm like, but if you're a good teacher, you won't get frustrated with me and you
Right.
won't
Well, you
accuse me
shouldn't.
of not understanding or not listening. Like I promise I'm here and I care and I'm trying, but I don't get it. And like
Right.
let me be a beginner, you know?
Speaking of things we don't get, we're recording this like I don't even know when this, but I don't get Coachella. Basically, that's the thick of it here. I think I don't know when it's happening in
It's like
conjunction.
this week, I think, is Coachella
Okay.
or this weekend.
Nothing sounds worse to me on this planet than Coachella. I keep getting like the outfit videos and I'm like, oh, that's fun. Like that's quirky. Like, you know, I like seeing the fits or like it sounds like a lot to dress for.
I love the outfits because I am so obsessed with like the bohemian LA fairy princess free people vibe. I'm obsessed. I love it. Even a little like Western, throwing a cowboy boot with a
Yes.
lace skirt. I'm obsessed.
Here for the fashion,
I'm here
not
for the
the
fashion.
event.
The hair, I want like cute little braids and a high pony that's curled. Like I'm obsessed. But the things we don't get, the dust.
It's the desert. Don't you have to like camp out there?
You have to camp unless like a brand invites you and they have like a house that you stay at.
And that seems few and far between. And
But I will say I would love to go if a brand would like to send me.
I don't know if I would. I think I'm out.
One half of normal. Normal can stay home. Shit will go to Coachella.
If you like begged me, I would maybe go with you. But like, it just sounds like okay. It's days on end where you're expected to like go and just stand out in the heat
Yeah, I know.
and like
And the dust.
drink and. I assume waters are probably $10 a bottle.
It's so expensive. Just everything. The tickets, the housing, whatever. It's so expensive. And then the food I've heard is insane. Like getting a sweet green salad is like $25 or something there. Or maybe that's sweet fin. Don't ask me. But and then people pay for stylists. Like they call it the influencer Olympics. Have you heard that?
Yes.
And it truly, I mean, I love the content though, I gotta say.
Did you see the girl who paid a thrift? Oh my gosh. Okay, she paid somebody to style her like based on going to like Goodwill or I don't even know where she went. It felt Goodwill to me.
Yeah.
It was so brutal.
It was the worst styling I think I've ever seen. And
None of it was redeemable.
it was really bad. And I think Gen Z has kind of a different vibe than we do.
Yeah.
So they're kind of going like Y2K. But this was like it was so disconnected. It was like a bikini top that didn't match like some really baggy pants. It was just I can't even explain how
The
bad.
most redeeming thing, I'm saying this with air quotes, were some yoga pants. Some gray yoga pants, okay? That was the best item in this haul.
And it was like a stylist, like they hired this stylist to thrift or purchase like items for them for Coachella, and it was so ugly.
It was so bad. And then it's like, yeah, and I don't know. It just feels like a lot for me personally.
Yeah, I don't get the dust. And personally, I'm very sensitive. Like I don't like big crowds. I don't like loud music.
I don't even know. I'll cut that. Don't worry. Like, I don't even like concerts that much.
No, I know. I don't either.
Like, we liked the Eras tour. We went to that.
Yes.
That was great. But like
most of the time.
And we're going to Harry Styles with our sisters.
Yes.
And I want to go to Hilary Duff. But like I have to know a lot of songs.
Exactly. And I don't love the idea of like running around. And then there are a lot of people that are like I've heard that there's a lot of theft there. Like you could just get your bag taken. There are like phone thieves. I think there's a lot of like chaos happening and people are running between different concerts and venues and then there's no service. So you lose your friends and then you have to be like, meet me at this specific tree, but then you can't remember which tree it was because you're on drugs. And it's just like a lot going on in my opinion. But I would love to test it out.
Catch me in my bed. You know what I mean? Like I'll be right here.
And we are. And that's where we are this weekend.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
Have you seen, there was a video about Audrey Peters, the New York City influencer, and it was how, like, basically a day in her life ordering food delivery. Speaking of, Brett is setting up our food delivery as we speak, so we're gonna have to take a little hot minute of a break here to eat our sushi. But I don't get how, like, I understand that people make a lot of money. I get it, I think, but I don't get it at the same time. Like, I'm like, how do you make enough money that you were ordering every single meal out every single day?
Can you give us a rundown of like what one of her days looked like?
I mean, it was like she ordered Starbucks, I think, every morning, which is like already so much. And then you're tacking on all the delivery fees. And then by the time it gets to you, it's probably cold.
And the ice has melted.
Right. And like she got like a full breakfast from there too. She got like full delivery lunch. Even like got like Pinkberry delivered, which I've looked into it before because I've been like, I love a little froyo. Like, how bad could it be? No, they charge you per topping when you're ordering it delivery.
Oh my God.
And so like you're probably looking at like, I'm not kidding, like $25 or $30 just to get like your froyo.
Oh, okay. I have something to comment about this. Have you seen Stassi Baby, you know, Kylie Jenner's best friend? So she has a podcast. I don't know if you've listened to it, but she recently had an influencer named Father Kels on her podcast. Have you seen her?
No, she sounds cool.
Okay, so she kind of does like, I don't even really know how, to be honest. I've never followed her, but I know currently she does like a lot of mukbang kind of vibes. Like she's eating, she's ordering delivery, she's trying different places in LA. And they asked her, like, how much do you spend on DoorDash or whatever she uses, like Postmates every month? And she said $13,000 a month.
No, like, how? I mean, I guess for her, that is probably like a work expense.
Potentially because she's making like TikToks off of it. But like,
but even then they're kind of strict about it.
People don't live off of 13 grand a month. Like, right. And that's just her food.
Just her food. And like, and to Audrey's credit, like she was saying, you know, she tips really well. She recycles, like because she had to make like a follow up because even I think DoorDash commented like, "Girl, that's crazy." I don't know if that's what they said, but it was aggressive, and it's like I think it just totally blows my mind to like. Because granted, she's like the type. I don't know if you see any of her other stuff. Like,
yeah, I have.
She's chilling in Europe all the time, like fully getting decked out outfits from like Chanel, and so it's like she has a lot of money. I still think like I can see it and be like, I think I get it because I have like a little bit of designer stuff. But like for me, it's like a special occasion.
Yeah.
Whereas for them, it's like a Tuesday and they just got a Birkin. You know what I mean? like that actually comes up to me all the time. I don't understand how people like, okay, so like the Birkin offer comes up, like your sales associate texts you like, hey, we have something, like come in. How are you just like, okay, cool, let's go drop 15K.
I think it's part of that illusion that Hermes puts on where it's so exclusive and you have to be offered a bag and you have to be ready at any moment. It feels like I've been waiting my life for this and I have to take it because who knows if I'll ever be offered it again. It's a very good sales tactic. Like they know what they're doing.
This is also proof I am clearly not in the financial bracket at this moment in time to be a Birkin holder.
Most people aren't. And also, I don't know if I get Birkins. And I know someday you probably, or not, I shouldn't say you probably do.
No.
Want one.
I've had this thought a lot with myself where I'm like, because I love a bag. I have a lot of bags. Bags are my weakness. I don't, like, I like a mini Kelly.
Yeah.
That would be the one that I think I would use the most. I like, sure, if somebody was like, oh, I can get you one right now, I'd be like, you know, I'll consider it.
I won't say no.
I'll put it under advisement. Okay, say, Brett, look at this investment on our hands.
I mean, it is a good investment. We've seen.
I mean, my Chanel bag, when I got it, it was a disgusting amount of money to preface everything. Like I had a work bonus that came in at the same time and covered almost all of it, which I later had to pay back, which sucked.
Oh my God.
But when I got my Chanel bag, I got it and it was like $7,000, which is, again, so much money. It's gross. I get it. It's a ton. Now I think it's like, I looked the other day and it was 11 or 12
No,
for the same bag
the prices just went up, I heard, like, this
again.
month.
And I was like, what? And so that to me, I'm like, okay, well, I would never get it now. Well, maybe I would. But like, I probably I mean, I would have to like hold off still.
Yeah.
So like in that case, I'm glad I got it because now I saved so much money. Look at all this money I saved. Bargain.
I mean, you did get a bargain on a new Chanel bag versus what the
Discount.
same exact bag is now. It's really, really wild. And it is an investment because I think you've talked about like they hold their value really well and you can resell them for a great amount. So,
I mean, there are certain bags, like I buy a lot that are resale these days too, because like sometimes I just like the older, like cool stuff. I don't know.
oh, I want a vintage bag so bad right now, like a vintage Louis. I really want to go to Japan and buy a vintage bag.
Well, I can. I've done a lot of eBay Japan research.
That's what I'm currently on right now. Like I'm on Japan, eBay, TikTok, and I just can't stop watching all these designer bags. Like I want a $300 little Louis shoulder bag, and I think
Yes.
it might be possible for like a
Yeah,
vintage.
I've got a few on my watch list. I'll have to show you when we eat sushi.
Okay, we'll look at it. Should we eat?
Yeah, let's eat. We'll be back in one
Brett's
second.
waving at us.
Wait,
It's
come
time to
say,
eat.
come wave to come see the people. Yay, Brett's here. Do you want to say talk to anybody?
Hi.
Aw,
Dinner's ready.
Dinner served.
aw, our first guest on the pod.
Oh wow! No, Fig's our first guest.
or is
Fig's
he a co-host?
He's the mascot,
Okay.
co-host, everything you could want him to be. Okay, we're gonna eat. We'll be back in like 3 seconds. You won't even know we're gone. We probably didn't even need to tell you.
You wouldn't have known. Back to things we don't get.
Yes.
Should I do one?
Yes, please.
Okay. This is like really kind of out there, and I don't know if I'm in the wrong or the right for this, but
I'm intrigued.
okay, so there's this TikTok account that I found, or it might have been an Instagram account, and there's this woman who has a business where she buys vintage LL Bean totes. So you know the like boat
Yeah.
totes or whatever, which I love. I have one.
Right. No,
and
you got me one, and I love it.
I love them. And you can customize them with like your name, your initials, or you can do fun saying like people will do
Yeah.
like fuck off or whatever if
I
they
love
let them.
Prada.
Yeah. I love stuff like that. So she buys vintage ones, but sometimes the vintage ones have people's names on them. So it's hard to resell them because if you have like Denise labeled on it, it's like, how are you going to
Nobody
really
wants
resell that?
Denise's. Yeah.
So she puts cool vintage patches on the bag and it's really cute. Like I love it so much. But she apparently, a lot of people saw what she was doing. Like she started this business, I think during COVID, and people started knocking it off. But like, it's not really a knockoff because people just started doing the same thing. They also
Yeah.
went on Poshmark just like she was and bought vintage boat totes and then put vintage patches on them. And she made this video and she was like, not everyone can do what I do. And she was like really upset that people are copying her. And I don't know why it bothered me so much, but I was kind of like, it's okay if you do something that other people are also able to do and it doesn't take away from your skill. And like, she might just have a really cool aesthetic and like she can put cool patches together and match the colors just right and whatever. And like that can be special to her. But I don't know, like, do we all need to do something uniquely us where it's like no one else can do? Because it's, I don't know why it annoyed me because I'm like, that's not true. Like I can also buy a vintage boat tote and put patches on it and it's not that special. But I like her eclectic.
Stylistic method of doing
Yes.
it is special. But like, yeah, I get what you mean.
I think the thing that I didn't get was like, why do we as humans feel the need so much to do something that no one else can do? Because can it be okay that maybe your job is not that hard, but you bring a unique talent to it?
Yeah.
I can admit the things I do are not hard. I'm actually trying to work as little as possible. Do the easiest
It seems
things.
like nobody wants to work these days.
And
Kim
I am one of
Kardashian.
I am one of the people who doesn't want to work these days. But why is it that we as humans feel the need to like, yeah, to be special or to do something that's like no one else can do what I do? Because at the end of the day, unless you're like a neurosurgeon or you're doing something that's like very specialized, like especially with entrepreneurs, you're selling stuff on Etsy or whatever. A lot of the things we do are like, yeah, other people can do it too. It's not that hard, but it's a really cool idea that you came up with. And like, you are artistic and creative, but why do we feel the need to tell people like, you can't do what I do?
Ironically, the neurosurgery one that you example is the one that people should do the most the same as other people.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Yeah, totally.
but like, no, I agree. I mean, I had this a little bit about my wedding where it was like, oh, like, I don't want people to copy me. Or like, I didn't want people to copy beforehand, if that makes sense.
Right. Like maybe after they see it, they get
Like,
inspiration.
I wanted to feel a little bit more special when it happened, and then afterwards I was like, okay, like I know I'm posting this everywhere, like it is meant to be inspiration for people, and it's a
Yeah.
compliment. And like I get if you're selling a product, it feels really different probably.
Maybe it does.
But,
I
like-
probably need to be a little more empathetic about it. But there was something about the idea where she's like, not everyone can do what I do. Like, why can't it be okay that like that's not that hard to put patches on a vintage bag, and that like you might not have been the first person to think of it, and people may do it after you. But also like be confident in what you do and keep
Yes.
running your business because people obviously love it. And she's selling them for like $350.
And
Like,
usually when you're the original, it like
yeah.
is way better for you.
And I wanted to buy one before I knew how expensive they were. I don't know if I could pay
Yeah.
that for what it is.
You
but
can get
like
a fresh one for
well, for like $75. Like they're not
Right.
really that expensive. But I don't know. It was just an interesting concept to me where I kind of didn't. I think maybe honestly it was probably just that she was triggered by people copying her. But
Well-
why is it not okay to just admit like what I do is not necessarily a unique skill, but I'm proud of like the art and the like
Yeah.
approach that I bring to it.
Because like I get mad. So my friend Sarah, she's a designer, and so I feel like it's different in this regard, where like she like really works so hard to come up with designs that are special, and like works really hard on the photography and all the materials, and like she's so great about making sure that things are like they're made in New York, and they like are the materials are really nice, and she's like not cheaping out. And then like Shein in the past has copied, like they've taken her photos.
Oh, I didn't know this.
Fig, Jesus Christ.
Fig is up in the video.
No, they've taken her actual photos and used them on their website.
That's really messed up.
And
That's
like that
really bad.
infuriates me. Where it's like,
That's a different level.
right. And that's why I think that's different. Is like, is if they're just like kind of, taking their own spin on it, like they're using their own different patches, and like it might be a totally different style. It might look totally different.
Right.
And just like putting patches on a bag is not
It's
that
not
unique.
proprietary.
right. Like Brett has like an old like Toomey bag that he got from work, but then like when he was no longer at that company, he's like, well, I don't really want like company branded Toomey.
Yeah.
So he put a patch on it. Putting
Love
patches
it.
quite normal.
It's a pretty common thing
Yeah.
to be doing. But no, for someone like Sarah, she really is, she's creating her own designs, she's sourcing everything. Like that is so different.
And to like literally steal down to the photo. I
That's
wanted to order just so I could be like, look at this piece of shit.
totally. Wait,
It
that
made me
would be
so
a
mad.
really interesting
I
video. But that
know,
always
but
makes
then
me
you're
mad.
buying their stuff, which
And
also
you don't want to
sucks.
support it. I know.
But then you return it, so that way they have to pay money.
Exactly. But it does make me mad on Shein when you can tell all of the photos are different on their listings because they're stealing all the photos, because they're stealing all the
It's
listings.
insane.
It's really, I've never shopped at
That'll
Shein.
happen too, like where I'll reverse image search a dress that I find that I want to wear to a wedding or something, and I can't confidently find like the real one sometimes.
Oh, same. And I get so mad because you try to Google image search or whatever, and it's like, how do you find the original? Because everyone's copying, they're using the exact photo.
Yeah, and then it's like you'll even find one that you're like, okay, like this is, $250. That might be the real deal. And it's like, no, the $250 is actually a dupe of the $2,000 one.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh,
It's insane.
okay.
I know.
Other things I don't get.
Let's hear it.
My nail color right now is really pissing me off. And
Wait, let me see.
so here's the thing. It ain't what she was supposed to be.
Okay. Do you want to describe what it currently is?
Yes, and I will show pics if you're watching on video. So it was this color, Lisbon Wants More by OPI. It's a famous color. She's been on my Pinterest many a time. I think that what's happening is I have the like the hard gel, whatever, like the gel base.
Yeah.
Not gel polish, like it is gel polish on top, but it's like I think that the base of it is what's making the color funky.
Interesting. So what color is the base? This is builder gel?
Yeah, I've got builder gel.
Okay.
And it's like the base of it, I think, is maybe just a little bit more opaque than
Okay.
like a regular nail is, because they only put 2 coats on there.
And she's
She's
real opaque.
She's real opaque. It is an opaque pair of tights.
Can I just say I always think opaque means translucent?
I always think the exact same thing as that. Yes.
Okay.
Because
glad
of
we're
tights,
aligned.
I think tights have ruined it, because I always think of it as like that's the most common use of the word opaque in my mind. is-
Right. Yeah, you're right.
And so I'm always like, well, tights are kind of sheer.
Especially when they're stretching on these thighs.
Um, But yeah, no, it makes me really mad. And then like, okay, you know what
It's
sucks?
not a bad color though.
It's not like the worst, but it's like, okay, I get my nails done like once a month. So I'm
Mm,
like, I've saddled up for this for the next 4 weeks.
you're living with it.
And it's like, it's not that bad. It's been worse. It's been way worse.
It's not that bad. It's a neutral, which
It's
is
a
good.
neutral.
Have
but,
you
like-
seen people talking about the chicken cutlet nails
Wait, no.
or chicken breast nails? Like, okay, so now girls are getting the really light pink, like you're saying, almost translucent kind of color, and apparently people are saying it looks like chicken breast.
Okay, like, but so I
Which is
will-
funny because I
which
still love that color.
It's hilarious. I think it depends on which color, because like you've got to find the right shade for your skin tone. And for
Yes.
me, like it will change. It's like similar to how I don't know. I'll have like lip liners that look way better
Mhm.
when I have a spray tan versus when I don't.
True.
And so it's like the same vibe with your nails, where sometimes I'm like, oh, it's too pinky for me, or it's like actually too, I don't know, tan.
Totally. I'm actually getting my colors done when I go to LA.
Wait, stop.
One of my friends was like, would you want to go? So a group of 3 of us are going, and we got like a discount because it's a group of 3.
I know. I was like,
and-
how much does that cost?
It's like $150 per person.
Hey, that's not bad.
It's not terrible. So we're going to Koreatown in LA. We're getting our colors done. And apparently they also tell you like hair colors that could work, makeup. Yeah. So
Okay,
excited.
wait. So here's my question, because I've thought about doing this before as well. I actually did have chat do it, and I didn't believe the answers. But okay, so once you find out this information, then what if you want a shirt that's like not the right color? What if it's like black, not your vibe? You can't wear black.
I know. I think I'm just going in accepting the fact that sometimes I'm going to wear colors that aren't in my palette, but I am curious to just see what does look best
Yeah.
on me because I have a theory that I'm a winter and I think you are
I think
too.
so.
I've always thought we were probably the same because I've always loved jewel tones on me and I feel like we've talked about this or maybe you've
Yeah.
taught me about jewel tones.
You just get it, and then I won't have to pay for it.
Perfect. But it is funny because I love to do a fake tan. I love to do a foundation that doesn't match. And I love to do balayage on my hair. So I'm probably doing a ton of stuff that's just like, how does she even really know what the true me is at this point?
Right. But no, I think I look so much better with a spray tan. I'm almost always spray tan to some degree.
So do I need to go into this consultation with a tan on? Because she needs to see what I'm working with on the regular. Or does she need to see the natural me?
I mean, I
don't-
think she would still know.
Yeah, probably. I know it's no makeup. You can't go in with any makeup
Oh.
on. Because she wants to see your undertones and all that.
Okay, do you have the hardest time with that? Because I know I do. When I'm
Yeah.
like ordering a foundation on the internet, and it's like, are you neutral? Are you warm? Are you cool? And I'm like, I don't know what that means.
No, I know.
And then I 9 times out of 10 get it wrong.
Totally.
And then I like right now, even the one I have, I really, really like the one I'm wearing. It's a little dark, but I'm also not as spray tan right now as I would be because I've been hatching eggs. So
Well, I think your foundation matches perfectly.
thank you. We're kind of in dim lighting because it's the evening.
Yeah. But you got some big box lights right now.
Yeah, we did light this room up.
So what did you go with? Is this neutral, warm, or cool tone foundation
I
that
think
you're
I'm
wearing?
more neutral.
I go neutral too.
Oh my god, really?
But I always thought I went neutral because I have no idea what to do, so it seemed like the safe choice.
That also is fair.
But that is what I usually do.
If anything, I think I'm more pale than I think I am in my head. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay.
Like I think if anything, most of the things I like pull to like,
Like you go lighter than
dark.
you should be, or you're
or no, I
darker than you
should go lighter. Because I'm like in my head, I'm
Oh.
like, no, girl, you're tan. You're Italian.
in the dead of winter in New York.
And I'm like, haven't spray tanned in months, but like,
That's so funny.
no, I do need a fresh coat of tan.
I really need to do a tan. Can I say one more thing
Of
while we're talking
course.
about this?
I actually have one more too. So
My Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation is like my holy grail.
no, we both I think have used it. I used it back in college, and I know.
So they just changed the formula. Did you
they?
hear about this? So I'm freaking out.
Hateful behavior.
Me and one of my sisters, we use the same foundation. We've been using the Estee Lauder Double Wear forever. Like, it is my holy grail. I can't go a day without it. And I wear makeup pretty much every day. Like, it's my absolute favorite. It's super full coverage, super matte, and it's helped a lot because I've had acne like all through my teens, 20s, even now that I'm 30. And they changed the formula and I'm freaking out. So on their website, you can still buy the original formula.
Oh.
But I don't know how long they're going to keep that or if it's just like they're trying to get rid of the stock. So I just bought like 5 bottles of it. Like I just dropped like $250 just so I'm like so scared because the new one. So my sister bought the new one and it's like this is what I don't get. Why do they need to change the original? Just come out with a different foundation. It
No,
doesn't need to be the
quite
double
literally.
wear, because this one has hyaluronic acid in it and niacinamide and whatever, and it's supposed to be like less coverage because now Gen Z likes a more natural look. I don't care what Gen Z likes. I need my double wear,
No, double wear is
matte, full coverage foundation, and come out with a different formula and a different name if you want to
Yeah.
offer Gen Z something that's natural. Some of us 30-year-olds don't want to look natural. We want to
No,
look matte and
so
cover it
fair.
up.
No, that's. I would argue I feel the same. Like
Okay.
the one I have on right now is pretty light coverage, but like in general, that is a great foundation. My so I've used
So
the
good.
MAC Studio Fix pressed powder. I've used it for like 10 years. It's been a very long time.
Yeah.
And I found it for the first time because I was like, when I worked for NBC, I would like hang out in the makeup room, and that's what they would use on all the guests that came in. And so I was like, ooh, okay, clocked. And it's great. Like a lot of people can use it just as their foundation, but they did change the formula on that not too long ago as well. I think with powders though, there's like, I think maybe talc minutes because my computer died
Yay.
and we have to plug it in to charge it.
So only one mic can be plugged in at a time. So we're going to get real close.
It's going great. Okay.
Okay.
I feel like we went through the things we don't get.
But there's one submission I had for things that we don't get that I wanted to share.
Shoot, we had all those submissions.
I know. I think we have to do a couple submissions, Kelsey. I know. You have to pull them up. You had a lot more. I only had
so
one.
many. I thought you meant the submissions about the happy things.
No, we also had submissions about things we don't get. I think let's each pick like a couple. Well,
Okay.
I only have one.
Okay, go for it.
Kelsey has the followers. I don't bring a lot to the table
No,
here.
you bring so much to the table.
Okay. Well, first of all, one person said, I must just say, I gave the listen to your Botox episode and I absolutely felt so seen. So thanks for saying that. That's so
Aw.
nice of you. And then we got one submission that said, men ghosting, or I don't get men ghosting after the first date with no explanation. And girl, I don't get that either.
No, I think that is the most weak shit ever. That was something that, so like my little rule for myself when I was dating was, okay, like if I would just kind of like stop responding, and then if they did not reach back out, then like I could just call it done. But if they reached out and they didn't get the hint, then I would send like an anti-ghosting text, because I think that it's even worse.
That's good. I like that. I like that rule.
And I don't know, I like to think that the world would be better if everybody takes on that sort of energy.
I love that. One question. Do you feel like, would you rather just be ghosted, or would you rather have someone straight up tell you like, I don't like you as a person? Because that sounds also horrible. I haven't dated in a long time.
See, like, I think I'm more self-aware when it comes to that, in the sense that like I would be able to be like, okay, well, clearly they're not responding to me, so like the vibes are not here.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. I guess some people maybe just want the closure, or they just want the answer of like what happened. And also, it must be frustrating. I'm just saying this as someone who hasn't dated in like 10 years, but I feel like it must be frustrating to think you were vibing and everything seemed good and then you just never hear from them again. Like I guess in that regard, I would want answers.
I was the worst about that. Everybody who's ever been on a date with me has had a great time.
Aw.
Yeah, it's because I would fake it. Because I'm a great time to hang out with sometimes. Brett's right here. He's not even looking. He doesn't care. But
He's working. Leave him alone.
He doesn't care. But that's fine. But no, I think like I wouldn't want it to be a bad time for myself. And so I would always like
Make it fun.
Yeah.
I think that's great. Do you want to pick a couple that people submitted to you?
Yes. Okay. Shit people don't get. People who walk 3 wide on the sidewalk. Oh my God, that is my pet peeve.
Wait, say that again.
Like people who walk like 3 people wide on the sidewalk.
Oh, I hate that.
Okay, so I was wondering actually because you haven't really been living in the city in so long, because I feel like it's not as big of a deal in
The suburbs.
in like LA or the suburbs. But here in New York, it is, I like to zoom around this place, okay? You gotta be hustling. Infuriating. I mean, if you come to New York as a tourist and you want to look like you've got your shit together and like maybe you live here or something, because that always used to matter to me, and I know it doesn't really matter that much, but like if that's something that matters to you, don't fucking walk 3 in a row, like 3, 4 in a row. Oh my God, like single file when it's busy.
Especially if you're like going slow and you're trying to figure out directions, it is so annoying that you're taking up the whole entire sidewalk and people are trying to go around you. And keep in mind, people in New York are walking freaking fast. So if you're visiting here, like you're probably walking half the pace that a New Yorker is walking. Yeah. Maybe two together, 2 and 2 if you have like 4 people, and just like go off to the side.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm always late. No matter where I am, I'm running late. So I'm like, gotta get around these people.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, next thing. Should we don't get how to wedding plan and try to have a baby when there's literally a war going on? Yeah, no, I think that's like a common feeling right now, is to be like, how is it okay to have a good day when things can feel so sad and so dark for so many people? And I don't really know the answer to that.
I don't know the answer either, but something that has helped me is I try to remember that like 2 things can be true at the same time. Like I can be happy and hard things could be going on. And I don't know. I don't know if that's like an okay thing to say, but in my regular life, I feel like 2 things can be true where like, I don't know, I can be annoyed at my boyfriend and love him at the same time. And I can whatever, get in a fight with my mom and she's still my mom and I love her. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like 2 hard things and amazing things can be true at the same time. So I try to think about that in the world. Like, you know, you can live your life and have happy things happening and also still hold space for the hard stuff. And then I try to like donate and do as much as I can to like support the causes in any way that I can. But it's really hard when stuff feels out of your control.
This one's like kind of a silly one. This person doesn't get why on earth kids love to wiggle their loose teeth. This is from a school teacher. Like they like take their little, like their tongue and they like wiggle their front teeth or whatever with it. And that just sounds like little kid shit to me, you know? Like that.
Brad is saying he did that shit. I guess we all did. Wait, I have a funny story. I lost my tooth in kindergarten and I was so shy that I threw it in the trash can and I cried the whole day and the teacher couldn't figure out why I was crying. And finally I told someone that I threw my tooth away and my teacher dug through the trash can and got it for me so I could give it to the tooth fairy.
Oh, wait, that's so nice.
But I didn't swallow it. But yeah, okay, so is her fear that they're gonna...
She just thinks it's disgusting.
Oh.
And I mean, fair. I don't get like as grossed out by a lot of body things.
You've been through some body stuff.
But like I could watch a pimple pop, you know what I mean?
Oh, I love to watch a pimple pop.
Right.
Yeah, I don't get grossed out by body stuff. If anything, I'd be scared that they're gonna like choke on their teeth.
Yeah, I mean, it is like a lot to look at. But, you know, this person doesn't get why people think it's okay still to ask personal questions like, when are you having kids?
Hate. I don't get that either.
See, okay, this is where I'm probably the problematic one.
Why?
I think I am known to ask questions that are perhaps a hair too personal.
But I think to your close friends, it's okay.
Yeah.
I don't know about if you're making conversation at like a party.
I do usually caveat like anything I'm asking with like, okay, but you can do whatever you want. Like,
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I've asked my friend, like, she's having a baby, and I'm like, just out of curiosity, like, what she's planning. Like, does she have, like, a birth plan? Even though I know birth plans are kind of fake. But, like, does she want to get an epidural? And I'm, like, not asking from the standpoint of, like...
Like, not judgmental.
Yeah, I'm just, like, I would never... Oh, my God, I don't care what you do. I'm more, like, curious.
It's, like, curiosity, and also, I'm always trying to, like, be better about asking questions and carrying conversation away where I'm not always talking about myself. I'm like very self-conscious about that. So sometimes I just want to ask questions because I want to be like a good friend or make sure that they like know that I'm thinking of them and thinking about them. But I do think if it's someone you don't know that well, you don't want to go too personal because you just don't know what someone could be going through. Like it's so hard to say, do you want to have kids? And what if they want to so badly and can't? Like that's a big trigger.
Yeah, and it's gonna like be upsetting. No, I mean
You wouldn't do that.
No, I think I'm especially, like, I don't know. I do think it's like weird because like a lot of people rightfully have been like, wait, did I miss a chapter? Like, do you want to have kids? Because I've been doing all the egg freezing. And I'm like, oh no, you didn't miss a thing. I just don't really want, I don't know what I want.
It's a safety net.
It's a safety net. Okay. And last thing this person doesn't get, a friend who only reaches out to complain about her life. That is so annoying.
I can't stand that. I'm sorry. That sucks.
Like, at least come in like under the guise of being interested in something else.
Totally. I think honestly, I have some friends including you, that have like taught me how to be better friends. And I feel like I try to observe.
I was like making a face like, what, me?
No, really, because I try to observe what I love about my friends and like what they do that I really appreciate. And then I've been trying to like mimic that and do more of it. Like, I feel like you're so good at asking questions and like remembering things and staying updated on people's lives. And so I've been trying to be better about that. I have friends who are like so good at asking questions or just like, yeah, specifically like remembering things from the past that I'm bad at remembering. So I don't know. I feel like that's rough. If it's someone who only reaches out to complain, oh, I would maybe say something. Is that crazy?
I mean, I lost a friendship, I would say, over this exact issue. I like talked about it a lot in therapy and I really didn't know what I wanted to do. And but in the end, I think it like kind of ended because I started going through a lot of mental health stuff myself and I just couldn't like be there in the way that I hoped to be. And it felt like I was giving and I didn't have anything left to give and there was nothing being given in return.
Yeah. I think that's so valid to let something go, especially if it feels one-sided. Like if all you're doing is giving and that you're not getting anything returned in the friendship, in return, then I feel like it's valid to let it go. If you feel like it's worth saving, just talk to them about it.
Right. And then if they don't do anything to change, then like, maybe rethink it then.
Yeah. But I agree. I don't get this and it's not fun. Speaking about complaining,
switching gears, let's talk about things that are happy. Okay. Some happy news coming from you guys. This is just like, I love this. But maybe we call this shit that's good.
Shit we do get.
Or shit we do get. Yes. Happy shit. Whatever. Okay. So I'm going to keep all these anonymous because I don't know what people are comfortable with. But someone said their 4th egg retrieval is finally next week. They're banking more embryos. That is so exciting.
Aww.
Like, just also, I know firsthand, like, oh my God, to get done with it, such a thrill.
Congratulations. That's amazing. Someone said, I found out I'm pregnant and got let go from a low vibe job, both great in their own ways. I know you and I love you and congratulations. I think I was actually talking about this with this person. And I feel like getting let go from a job that you knew wasn't right for you is such a blessing in disguise because I felt this personally when I got let go in June. If you are too afraid to leave a job that you know isn't right for you, it's almost the universe kind of like handing you what you know you needed to do, but you couldn't bring yourself to do. So anyone who's getting let go and you didn't like the job or you knew it wasn't right, it's a blessing in disguise, I think, because the best is yet to come.
I mean, I remember that was my first thought when you told me that was happening to you. I was like, oh, like this is the best thing that could have happened because like it gave you the push that you needed to make other changes in your life. And it's been amazing.
Totally. And like such a weight lifted.
Here, I'll run through some of these more like rapid fire. Someone's son just learned how to crawl today. That's so sweet. Someone finished their undergrad. Very exciting. We have like a lot of pregnancy ones on here. Someone's brother's having a baby. Anti-vibes. So exciting. Oh, this one says, I dropped my son off at preschool and it's the first time he wasn't sad or cried. So proud. Oh,
cry. That's so cute. I cried every day, like until 7th grade.
Did you really?
So cute.
Kind of tying into what we were just saying, like when the job isn't right for you, this person got a new job with a supportive boss. And I feel like that makes all the difference in the world. Like bosses are why you stay, arguably, sometimes. Besides money.
Or why you leave sometimes too.
Yes, we do love money as well. But this person bought a house as a single woman in her 20s.
That's tea. Good job. I'm so impressed.
That was me attempting to snap and you literally can't hear it at all because I can't.
We can do the little finger claps.
Yes.
Have you seen that? Yeah, we'll do that.
That's very Gen Z. I like it. This person's taking some time off from their corporate job, but they know that they need some time to themselves. I think that's like exactly what we were talking about. Like sometimes you gotta take some time. I think it's okay to take some time to like, not necessarily grieve, but like let yourself rest for a minute and recoup and then get back in the game even stronger. You got this. This person felt their baby kick for the first time right before their birthday and they say best gift ever.
I'm gonna cry.
Someone else had a baby. Amazing. We have like literally so many babies here. It's crazy. I love it.
Congratulations. That's amazing.
a 10K raise at work.
Holy
Again,
moly.
finger clappies, so good. And then this person, we'll end on this one for now, and we'll do some more on the next one, maybe. But they got some answers about some medical things they've been dealing with, and oh my gosh, like I feel for like thank goodness to get those answers. I feel like that makes like sometimes just to feel heard, and like even if you, this is what I felt like with endometriosis was like I know it's not a good disease to have, but I knew it wasn't good anyway. So at least like being able to know what it is to then hopefully be able to treat it in some regard, like that felt like a win.
Oh, that's a huge one because you have answers then, or there's at least a path you can go down to find answers. I think that's amazing. Congratulations. That's huge. Yeah, you can totally relate to that. I have one more from someone I love. I was able to go on my first child-free vacation since my honeymoon in 2021. Congratulations. I'm so happy for you.
Do you know where they went?
I think they went to New Orleans, which is fun.
No, I've been wanting to go. Should
I
we
know.
go?
That would be fun. Imagine us doing a podcast out on what's the street
Bourbon
called?
Street.
On Bourbon Street. That could be fun. Should we do a little like podcast on the road? Normal shit takes the
Nobu.
streets.
I'm like, why are we keep talking about Nobu because we just had sushi and we love Nobu so much. I'm like, we should hit up the Nobu in every state.
I love that. I was also thinking, I think I texted you this today. When we hit like a certain podcast milestone, it would be really fun to get tattoos and like film it for the podcast.
Yes. Wait, she said tattoos or Botox. And I said, oh, I was thinking of Prada sandals, but like, okay.
But like either way, honestly, all of the above. Why can't we get tattoos, Botox, and Prada sandals, you know?
So true. All right. Well, thank you for hanging out today. This was again a little longer than we intended, but that's how we live our lives.
Thanks, guys. It was fun. I think
This
this
was
is a fun, like kind of ramble, but you know, a little rant and a little positive.
I know I just always love to have people chatting in my ear. So,
Me too. I loved it.
yep. Okay. Bye.
Thanks,
Talk to you next
guys.
week.
Bye.